and welcome to your general reading. If this is your first time in, welcome in. We are so happy to have you. As you watch the reading and you find that it resonates and or you love my energy and want to support the growth of the channel, make sure you hit the like button and the subscribe button above so that you stay connected. To all the OGs, the returning, recurring supporters of the community, welcome back. I infinitely appreciate your continued love and support for the channel. Baby, don't go unnoticed. We locked in, okay? We locked in, okay? Scorpios, how you feeling? How you doing? I hope all is well with yourself, your loved ones, your pets. Okay, Scorpio. Before I come on to this reading, you're gonna get to watch or have a moment where you see somebody frazzled or somebody fucking up something. Okay, this is usually a person that's like super kept, super together, and you're gonna witness them fucking up, and it's gonna be in public, so they can't hide their fucking up. Also, Scorpio, you're going to get the last laugh. Something's gonna be hella funny to you. You're gonna get to watch something play out. You're gonna get to laugh your ass off. Scorpio. Well, without further ado, Scorpio, this is your general reading for the month of April. Scorpio Sun, Moon, Rising, Pluto, and Venus placements. Okay. As you connect with the reading, hit the like button, hit the subscribe. We'd love to have you. And again, thank you for your support. Scorpio, these are your messages for the month of April 2026. What is it that my Scorpio tribe community needs to know at this time? Okay. What is Scorpio's present circumstance? Okay. We got 3 cards. Scorpio's past, Scorpio's future, Scorpio's future. Hold up. It wouldn't be Scorpio. Scorpio didn't come out in their own reading, will it? So Scorpio, your current. Things have not really taken off, Scorpio, the way that you have anticipated or the way that you desired, Scorpio. Something hasn't taken off the way that you wanted to, Scorpio, or the way that you anticipated it taking off, Scorpio. Also, Scorpio, you've created boundaries. Okay, you've separated yourself from something. You've said no more to something, Scorpio. Okay. Scorpio, people are really feeling how empathic you are, how much you're able to read the room, how much you're able to be a great observer to circumstances, okay? Scorpio, you've been really sensitive, and I feel like also you've cut ties or cut access to people, Scorpios. You've really put your defenses and your boundaries up, Scorpio. What the hizzy? Hold on now. For Scorpios also, I feel like as you've been cutting people off or recreating your boundaries and expressing your boundaries, you've taken up physical activity, you've taken up fitness, okay? You've also prioritized, okay, your self-care. You realize that self-care is just not and maintenance, but it also adds to your esteem, it adds to your confidence, and it adds to your overall health, like your emotional health and your emotional vitality. So, some of you guys, congratulations, okay? Congratulations to you. You realize that spiritual maintenance, okay, is priority. It's not something secondary, it's not something that you can forget to do, it's something that you have to prioritize doing into your routine. Also, people, when you cut away from people, Scorpio, they really feel it. It's like you take all of your energy back from them. You take all of the razzle back from them. I don't know who you've recently cut off or who you separated from, or you had to show them that you mean business. They know that you mean business. They feel it. Your separation from people, Scorpio, it cuts deep and it makes people have to reflect. You're no longer in the business of rescuing people, Scorpio. I feel like Scorpio, you're also not in the business of saying something more than once. When you say something, you mean what you say. If people can't respect your boundaries, if people can't make the shift, you cut them off. You don't deal with them. You don't give them your energy. You don't invest in them. People have now realized that about you, Scorpio. Even though you're sensitive, Scorpio, you realize that you are an empathetic sponge to people, meaning that you receive a lot of energy from people. You can feel, you can sense a lot of energies from people, and that's a lot of work for you. Okay. And so you're prioritizing you right now, Scorpio. Congratulations for prioritizing you, Scorpio. You had to set psychic boundaries, energetic boundaries. It's okay to set energetic boundaries. Okay. Ooh, you put a boundary between you and somebody, Scorpio. I don't know who it is, but you put a boundary between them. This person used to feel like maybe they had the gift of charm, okay? They had the gift of fun. This person was fun, but this person took advantage of your not standing in your boundaries, Scorpio. You tightened up, Scorpio. I don't know what it is, but in April, the messages you tightened up. And people realize too, Scorpio, what it's like for you to tighten up. They can't play silly games with you. Your current energy, the backpack of cups in reverse. Everything is cups, emotions. It wouldn't be a Scorpio read without that information now, would it? It wouldn't be a Scorpio read without that information. Okay? Your past Scorpio used to live in the what ifs. Okay, what if things don't go like that? What if this person feels like that? You no longer give a fuck about the what ifs. That's why this card came out in the upright. Okay, you now have boundaries. You now stand on your principles. You now also create emotional boundaries for people where you're not overdoing for people, overextending yourself for people. I feel like people also took advantage, Scorpio, of your ability to connect, your ability to take on more. Just because you take on more doesn't mean that you always have the capacity to accept more. So, Scorpio, I feel like you've been really in touch with knowing when to say yes, when to say no. You know what I mean, Scorpio? Scorpio, you realize too, this your seasons before have realized where you've lended yourself to sit in circumstances that have hurt you. Okay, I feel like you're also in the stage of now with this Guide of Cups being in the upright, you're in the stage of accountability. It's like you now take accountability for your part in the reason why things played out the way they did. That's pretty impressive. I feel like now too, Scorpio, you created a routine for yourself and you abide by the routine. You don't allow people, you don't allow your feelings to manipulate your routines. That's amazing. You don't allow your emotions, okay? You don't allow the changing of your emotions to dictate your routine, to dictate your boundaries. You're now more firm in your boundaries, Scorpio. Congratulations. Congratulations. People would rather, Scorpio, okay, people would rather see you skeptical about yourself, Scorpio. People would rather see you doubting yourself, Scorpio. Could you believe that? People would rather see you not be sure. People would rather see you, but Scorpio, now your boundaries are so strong. Your self knowledge is so strong. You're working on self mastery. In April, you get stronger at self mastery. That's amazing. Okay. Scorpio, tell yourself things will work out even more amazing than you planned. Okay. Things will work out even more amazing than you planned. Scorpio, things will work out even more amazing than you planned. I don't know why I need to tell you that, Scorpio. Things will work out even more amazing than you planned. And in your future, you're pulling transformation next to the sun in reverse. I feel like, Scorpio, you're going deep, deep. Okay? You're going deep, deep, Scorpio. Scorpio, your next person appreciates your depth. Your next person, okay, every person that you encounter, Scorpio, they have no choice but to over time appreciate your depth, to understand your depth. You have an intense nature, Scorpio. Also, Scorpio, in this time in the future, you outgrow yourself a lot. You're constantly changing, Scorpio. I feel like situations in your past call you to always reflect on how you got yourself in that circumstance. Okay, Scorpio. And once you do that reflecting on yourself, you never, I feel like Scorpio too, you're the biggest negative critic to yourself, Scorpio. And so that's something in the future that you're learning too. You give yourself more grace. I feel like with the high priestess in the reverse, Scorpio, right now, that you are very hard on yourself, Scorpio. You're in a human form. I know you're an animal, okay, in terms of the zodiac, okay? But you're in human form. It's okay to give yourself grace, Scorpio. I feel like as things move on, know that you are constantly transmuting, you're constantly changing, Scorpio. There's no need to be hard on yourself, okay, Scorpio? You are your hardest critic. The death next to the sun in reverse, you're your hardest critic, Scorpio. And things sometimes fall apart so that you can sprout new rings and you can lose your tail and regrow another one, Scorpio. You know cycles. Embrace this new cycle, Scorpio. I feel like this cycle is filled with introspection. Okay, you're no longer wearing the band-aid. I feel like, Scorpio, you no longer allow yourself to wear the band-aid. Let's find out why this sun is in reverse. Clarify in the future why the sun is in the reverse. That's a lot of cards. The Six of Cups in reverse and the Explorer of Cups in reverse. You're going to have some time, Scorpio, in the future solo. Okay, and that might infuriate you because you're like, what the hell is going on? I keep dying, I keep shedding, I keep revamping, I keep recreating. When am I going to get stability? You feel like, dang, you can't see the light, Scorpio. You will be able to see the light, but you have to spend time alone. Okay, Scorpio, if you've been avoiding time alone, this card speaks about spending time alone. When you spend time alone, okay, your confidence grows, your sex appeal grows, okay? You only participate in things that bring you joy, that bring you happiness. When you participate in things that bring you joy and happiness and you work towards it, your aura reads different. Okay. Your spirit reads different. The people that want to engage with you feel different. You're needing to step outside of your comfort zone, Scorpio, experience different. For some of you, Scorpio, it may be uneasy for you to step outside of your comfort zone. Oftentimes it's uneasy for you to come to the light, Scorpio. You got to come to the light. Ten of Cups in reverse, the Fool in reverse, and the Empress. Okay? There are things about yourself, Scorpio, that maybe you've been running from addressing that your future self will so much benefit from if you acknowledge those things now. So use the month of April for introspection, okay? For reviewing, doing a self-analysis, a self-diagnosis, Scorpio. Use the month of April for a self-diagnosis, okay? Where could you refill your cup? Where could you replenish? Where could you uplift yourself? Where could you nourish yourself? Where could you grow? Where could you nurse more things in your life, Scorpio? I feel like, Scorpio, you've been looking at yourself through the same lens, and the Fool next to the Empress and the Empress in the upright is like, you've grown, you've changed. With change, with change, okay, you grow. Allow yourself to grow, Scorpio. You've changed. You're not the same. What you used to look for in your Ten of Cups may no longer be what you identify as a Ten of Cups, and that's okay. That's growth. That's change. I feel like, Scorpio, you feel like when you see change come into life, that all things are burning down. Okay, that you are losing everything. Okay, that you have to start over from scratch. You don't start over from scratch, Scorpio. You start over from wisdom. Scorpio, hold that in mind in April. You don't start over from scratch. You start over from wisdom, Scorpio. Allow yourself to start over. You've changed. Look at that. The Six of Cups next to the Explorer of Cups. You've changed. The things that you now like aren't the things that you used to like before. Okay. Also, Scorpio, you have to develop that resilience. Okay. You have to develop that resilience. Some of you guys have been hearing no so much that you don't understand that a yes is soon to come. With the Empress, it's like, yes, something is soon to come. And it may not be in the form of what you prayed for, but it's now adjusted, okay, to exemplify who you are now. Scorpio, you've big change. Big change. Big change. Big change, Scorpio. Let's get into your oracle messages. We 14 minutes in. What's the oracle message for Scorpio? Scorpio, you may also feel like with change means like your world is on fire. No, your world is not on fire if you change. In fact, your world is on fire if you stay the same. Okay? The sun rises and sets every day. Okay? Every plant has their season. Okay? Every species has their time. Okay? We're not eating the same apples that we've been eating. Okay, in the 2000s, the apples have changed. We're not getting the same milk that we were getting in the 2000s. The milk has changed. You catch my drift? Things are changing, Scorpio. You are changing, Scorpio. It's okay to change. Update yourself. Okay, Scorpio, your card is exhaustion. When the Scorpio is exhausted, baby, when they sting, boy, do they sting. Okay? Scorpio, make sure you are resting and not talking out of exhaustion. Okay, Scorpio? Also, Scorpio, you may have reached your threshold, your boiling point. With this Guide of Cups, it lets me know that you've reached your boiling point. Okay, you're so strong in your boundaries. In April, you are strong in your boundaries. You're not pussyfooting. You're not people pleasing. Okay, you're not living in the what ifs. Okay, you're actually doing. Here's the month to actually do. Okay, what else for Scorpio? I'm not saying what you're going through either, Scorpio, is easy. I'm not saying what you're going through, Scorpio, is easy. But Scorpio, it's time to nourish yourself, nurture yourself. You're pulling Divine Feminine twice, Empress energy, and you pull Divine Feminine card twice. Nurture yourself, Scorpio. This is the season, April, to nurture yourself. This is the season to nurture yourself. Prioritize yourself, okay? Bet on yourself, okay? Be unapologetic about yourself, okay? All of that, Scorpio. This is your time, okay? I'm going to get you the adjective of what the book says for this because it's important for you to know, okay? Hold on. Confidence. That's the adjective for you. Confidence, okay? Confidence. You're secure in who you are, Scorpio. You show up as your authentic self, Scorpio. You don't dim your light for anybody, Scorpio. You don't internalize, Scorpio. You speak out, Scorpio. Okay? That's what you're embodying in the season of April. Okay? That's what you're embodying in the season of April. Some of you guys, too, once you embody this, once you break the threshold of this, that's when you'll conceive. Some of you guys are worried or wondering when you'll conceive. You'll conceive once you get past this, once you get through this threshold, once you break through this threshold, once you show the divine that you're serious this time. Let's get you, see, look at you. It wouldn't be you if you didn't pop out in your own reading twice with the death card here. You're not meant to be the same, Scorpio. And I feel like people like when you stay the same, Scorpio, because that means you're not using your radiance. Okay? Whew. Okay. Let's see. Scorpio. What's the insight message for Scorpio for this April, the month of April? For those watching the live right now and those who will be watching the replay. Spies. Scorpio, you have spies. But what's new? What's new, Scorpio? There are people always watching and keeping up on you, Scorpio. They're always doing their research on Scorpio. What else for Scorpio for the month of April? Scorpio, that means they notice your positive change. So Scorpio, this card lets me know for the month of April, people notice that you're prioritizing yourself. People notice that you're standing firm in your boundaries. People are seeing your confidence, okay? When this spy comes up, it's like people are watching you. They may not say much, Scorpio, but they're watching you, okay? An air sign is watching you, Scorpio. So if you're posting online, Scorpio, there's definitely people watching you through that medium. Yep. There are people wanting to know more about you. How do you do what you do? Why are you doing what you're doing? How's it working out for you, Scorpio? There's somebody from the past who's too scared to come back around. They'd rather spy, Scorpio. One last card for the Scorpios. Those who are watching the live and those who will be watching the replay. If you find that the messages are hitting and resonating, hit the like button. Don't be a moocharella in here. We don't like mooches, okay? We get rid of the mooches. Thank you. Open your heart, Scorpio. This person, I told you, there's somebody from the past, Scorpio. They've been watching you. They want to know what you're up to, okay, Scorpio? They've been overthinking how they're going to get back in your life, Scorpio, how they're going to get back in your good graces. They've been really patient. I'm telling you, Scorpio. There's somebody from the past watching, lurking, okay, Scorpio? But what they don't tell you is that they're proud of you. They see the changes that you've made, Scorpio. Okay, let's close out of your reading with the empowerment message. What's the empowerment message for Scorpios? What's the empowerment message for Scorpios? Have an inquiring mind. Regardless of your race, religion, or political affiliation, never hesitate to question those in authority. I told you, you've been doing a lot of internalization right now, a lot of self-reflecting, a lot of transmutation, okay? A lot of getting to the next level. But in order to get through the next level, you have to go through some shit. You know what I mean? You have to plow through the shit, okay? But it looks good on you. Continue to be drinking your water, continue to be exercising, continue to be outdoors, okay? And continue to have an inquiring mind, Scorpio, okay? Continue to prioritize your health, okay? Your fitness. Continue to change your mind. It's okay to change your mind, Scorpio. Yeah, Scorpio. And know that you've changed. You're not yourself from the past, and that's okay. Until next time, Scorpios, like, comment, share, subscribe, tell a friend.